It's nothing left with you. The feeling's going through. It's always you. It's always you. It's always you. It's always you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Leia and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So in today's video, I wanted to do this super easy, I guess, Valentine's Day look. I know Valentine's Day is coming up on Friday this coming week, and I wanted to do something that would be easy for you guys to recreate, even if you didn't have the specific colors and shades that I'm using. A lot of what I use you could probably find in a lot of different palettes or probably in the collection that you currently have right now. So again, this is really easy. It's not anything that's gonna take so long, like 2 hours to do, or I mean, it's pretty foolproof. As long as you know how to blend, that's all you need, really. I didn't even put liner, and the only reason I didn't put lashes is because I still have my lash extensions, even though they are kind of getting a little wonky, but I still do have them, and I didn't put a strip lash or anything else on top of that. I actually really enjoyed how this came out, and I hope you do too. And if you do recreate the look, please do tag me on Instagram or whatever. I will put my name right here. It's just Leia Doll. I use it on every single social media platform. If you guys want to see how I created this really easy, pretty Valentine's Day look, or any type of day look or date night look, then please keep watching. I'm going to take the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of burnt orange, and then I'm going to follow that with Dusty Rose after. And I'm pretty much going to start working that into the crease with this Sephora Pro Crease shade number 10 brush. And that is going to be my transition shade. I'm going to go ahead and kind of keep this high up, kind of like a little bit above the brow bone. And that's kind of how I'm going to start. I want to do a little bit of like a pinky eye. What I really want to use is this Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in the shade Shell. And so that's kind of what I want to be the main star of the show. So I'm kind of just going to start working on my crease and then like layer colors. So just with any eyeshadow, just back and forth in the crease, like small little circles back and forth until it's fully blended out. Okay, I went ahead and switched over to the Alamar, this is like just a blending brush. It doesn't really have a name on it, but it's by Alamar Cosmetics. And I'm going to go in with the Dusty Rose shade, like I stated earlier. And I'm kind of just going to build that maybe directly in the crease. With the first shade, Burnt Orange, I kind of went a little bit above. And this one I'm going to go directly into the crease and just continue like back and forth all the way back here towards the outer area, towards the full inner corner right here, and just make sure it's fully blended out. I still have my lash extensions on. I definitely need to fill. I want one soon. They actually still look fairly great considering the first time I ever got them done, they were off by like day 3, day 4, and I'm already 2 weeks in, so I definitely do need to fill. I'm trying to make an appointment right now, or like today at least. So they do look a little bit wonky, but we're still gonna make them work. Okay, now I'm gonna swap to the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. I'm gonna go ahead and take that 4th shade. It's called Spaced Out. And I'm gonna take it on a Coastal Scents BRC N08 brush. And I'm going to kind of pop this in the outer V area. I didn't really want to swap palettes. I wanted to keep it pretty simple, but I was looking for maybe more of a dustier, like mauve-y color. And oh no, look at, I got another one that came out. Oh, there's a lot of them that came out, like 2. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't have done my eye makeup because now all my lashes are going to start to fall off because they're desperately in need of a fill. But again, I'm just gonna start doing some outer crease work right here. And this is pretty much the darkest shade I wanna go. I don't wanna do anything darker than that. I'm not gonna put any black, any brown. You definitely could if you want to make this super smoky and dramatic. I'm just gonna keep it like that. So make sure you blend out your ends right here and then bring it around. Okay, now taking my MAC 242 brush, I'm gonna go ahead and go into, I guess this is the base for the shadow shell. So you put the base down and then you put like the loose pigment on top. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my brush, and then I'm pretty much just gonna layer it right here in my inner eye. They make these so easy to work with. This is pretty much like, anyone can do this. It's pretty easy, and you pretty much just lay an even layer, and this is gonna be your base, and it provides like a tacky base for your pigment to go on top of it. So I like these shadows. I like the idea of them, and they work really, really well, and they're really easy. They're pretty foolproof. So just gonna go ahead and do my desired like shape. So that's like really pretty right there. And I'm holding my eye just a little bit. I'm not tugging hard. If you think I am, I'm not. It's just because my lashes are still a little bit long, so I need to be able to like see over them. So I'm kind of just holding it down a little bit so I can see over my lash, so I know exactly where to put the pigment or the base. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take the pigment, the shell pigment. It's really pretty. I mean, that is just so gorgeous. I love that. And I'm gonna take the same MAC 242 brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that right on top of the base, and it will stick to the base and just provide a really pretty like glitter. Like, look how pretty that is. Super beautiful. Super beautiful, super like really easy and foolproof. I mean, these shadows, when I first saw them, they've been out for years now, but when I first saw them, I was like, wow, those are really pretty. And this is the one color that caught my eye. I mean, there's a lot of pretty colors in the line. I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of the colors, but you know, none of this gets sent to me for free. I gotta pay everything out of pocket. So when I saw them, I was like, oh my God, I love that color, and I had to have this color because obviously I can see myself using this the most, and I just love colors like this. It's very classy. It goes with a lot of different things, but it's perfect for this like Valentine's Day tutorial. Now we will go back and blend everything, but look how pretty that is. I mean, this side doesn't have it on yet, but look how pretty that is on my left eye, so you'll be seeing it on the right side. So pretty. All right, so that's with both on. Now I'm gonna start going back in and blending everything together. So I'm gonna go in with the spaced out again and start working on that outer V, and then after that I'm gonna kind of just go through my crease work again and just make sure everything is super blended together and that it looks like a pretty eye and everything is in unison. Going back in with the Dusty Rose shade, I'm gonna just kind of blend out this crease, and then on top of that I'm gonna go back in with the Burnt Orange. Just make sure that all of this is fully blended out. Okay, so the eyes are pretty much done for now. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my face, but I already sprayed my face with my Smashbox primer water. And for foundation today, I am gonna go in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is the shade Rattan 2W2. So I love this foundation. It's perfect for like I don't know, just long wearing. It's great for anything. I mean, I've used this in any kind of weather and I love this foundation. So I think it lasts all day. It's super full coverage. It's great. I've heard for oily skin, and I've heard people who are like dry wear it. I would say I'm pretty normal combo. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this on my face. I usually start to put it on my hand and then put it on with my finger, only because it kind of breaks down the product a little bit and it's able to soak into your skin a little bit better. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do, and then I'm just gonna blend that out with my Eco Tool sponge. Don't forget to always bring your foundation down to your neck. I don't self-tan at all. I'm naturally my color, but sometimes it'll look weird when you just cut your foundation right here. Like, always bring it down to your neck. You don't want to recreate like those high school days. You know what I'm talking about. When you look back at your high school photos, you'll see those like crazy like discolorations. You don't want to recreate those. And then I'm going to go back in with the same Colourpop concealer that I used earlier. This is just Light 18. I know they came out with a new Colourpop concealer. I actually don't even know 100% if it's new or if they just redid the packaging of this concealer, because I think this concealer is a good concealer and I can't see that how they would like just let it go, I guess. So in my head, I want to think that they just did new packaging. But I'm not sure. If you do know, leave it down in the comments. I would like to know. I'm not really sure, but I have seen that this concealer is gone unless it's just a different packaging. I don't know. Oh, then blend that out. And then again, for the hard to reach areas, I'm going to go ahead and go back in with the Luxie 209 brush and kind of just get these inner corners that are hard to reach with the brush and just make sure that they're blended nicely. Okay, now that the concealers are all blended together, I'm going to use Kylie Cosmetics translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. I don't know if you guys have used this powder. I don't love it nor hate it. It's, you know, it's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad either. So will I repurchase it? For the price, it wasn't bad. I would repurchase it, but it's not like my favorite. But again, like, it doesn't leave any type of really bad white under eyes. It doesn't leave any crazy flashback. I mean, it doesn't make my eyelids look crusty on the bottom. Like, it's fine. It works just fine. Anyways, I'm going to let that bake for a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder. And this is NC30, and I'm just gonna kind of just set a little bit of the rest of my face where I did not put the translucent powder, or even when I did, like right here, I'll just kind of go over that and kind of brush a little bit of that bakage off. For bronzer today, I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs, the 104 Tan-tastic. I love this bronzer a lot, and it's crazy because I don't, yeah, it still even smells like coconut. I don't reach for it as much because it's like the way I have it, and I need to probably move it because it's like I have it on top of like my little dresser here, and it's kind of towards the back, so I don't see it as much. It is the best color. And I never travel with it. For one, it's rather large and it's really hard to travel with this in your suitcase. Also, I feel like it is very fragile, that it'll just break and shatter because as flight attendants, we are very, very rough with her luggage. I'm going to go ahead and take that Morphe M459 brush, and I'm going to take some of the translucent powder that I used earlier, and I'm just going to carve out a little bit of my cheek right here, just to clean it up a little bit. So I don't want to put too much, just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this Coastal Scents BRC M06 brush. It's another little like shader blending brush, and I'm going to contour a little bit of my nose with this. So you can bring it all the way up to your brow bone, even into your actual eyebrow, and then bring it all the way down. Okay, whatever was left over on the Equal Tool sponge, I'm going to kind of bring down. Actually, there's nothing, so I'm going to get a little bit more powder and just bring down some translucent powder down my nose like that. Okay, now for blush, I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild. It's called Pearlescent Pink. Pearlescent Pink. That's what I'm gonna use for blush today. I'm actually gonna go ahead and dust this bakage under my eye. This is just the Morphe M462 brush. And I do have a lot of Morphe brushes. I'm being honest, I'm not the hugest fan of Morphe. I don't really purchase anything from them. I don't really own any of their makeup other than their Jaclyn Hill original palette. I don't plan on buying the second one just because I don't really wear a lot of eyeshadow to begin with, and those colors don't really speak to me. I'm not really, like, I love pinks, but I'm more of a neutrals gal, and they're very, very bright, and I probably wouldn't get used to it. Real honest, when I first started makeup, I really didn't know where else to go to get affordable brushes that were super accessible. They have a Morphe store kind of near where I live, and that's where I went, where I didn't have to order online. Like, I know everyone says Sigma, but everything is online with Sigma, and I'm kind of like the person that I like to go in person and look at things. Just real quick, I'm going to take Fuego, Dose of Colors Fuego, and I'm going to use that as my highlight. But yeah, I like to go see things in person, and Sigma never had that. I actually did end up going to a Sigma store. I think it was in the Mall of America in Minnesota, and I'm not even sure how many they have. That might even be the only one they have, but I really like their brushes and stuff. It's just that during the time when I was trying to purchase myself some brushes, it was just, Morphe was just very convenient, and you know, price-wise they were really good. And I do like some of their brushes. Like, this is the Morphe M501, and I use it all the time for highlight. I have this one for highlight, and then I have the 510 for highlight from Morphe, and I like both of them a lot. I love MAC brushes, but MAC brushes are a lot more expensive, so that's why I don't really buy those. I have a couple, and you know, I try to expand my collection on MAC when I have extra dollars here and there, but that doesn't happen much, you know, when we have a lot of extra money to just spend on makeup brushes. When I have so many makeup brushes in front of me, I will continue to use these as long as I have them, the Morphe ones, and as long as they work for me. But do I plan on repurchasing some? I don't know. Who knows in the future what I plan on doing. Maybe another makeup brand will come out with new brushes, but I do like the Sedona Lace ones. I do like the Luxie ones. Those Alamar cosmetic ones are all really nice. I like those, so I like use it a lot. Even e.l.f. from the drugstore, they make amazing brushes, and they're really, really cheap. I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows with some brow gel. I'm literally just gonna use the same brow gel that was inside that kit that I got, and I have to be careful with this stuff. It's very, very pigmented, and it can go everywhere real quick, so I'm just going to quickly set them very lightly because, like I said, this stuff goes everywhere real quick. It's kind of messy. It's a little bit messy, so you do have to be careful with it. Okay, I know mine is old, but I'm going to go ahead and take MAC Costa Riche, and I'm going to run that through my waterline. I'm not going to use a harsh black today. I'm going to use this as my liner, so it's like a really pretty brown. But it kind of like pops. It's not like a brown brown. It's like almost like a reddish brown. And I'm going to kind of bring that a little bit lower on my lower lash line. And I'm going to blend it out with the eyeshadow. Then I'm going to go back in with that Coastal Scents brush that we used for the outer V. And I'm going to take that same spaced out color in our Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves. And I'm literally just going to start spreading that on the lower lash line. I'm trying to get up as close as I can to the lower lash line, and then just kind of like bringing it down. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little bit of Dusty Rose and Burnt Orange with the Alamar Cosmetics brush and kind of just sweep that right underneath what we just did with the color and the Marvelous Mauves palette. It kind of lightens it up just a tad, so it's not so harsh looking. Okay, going back in with Dose of Colors Fuego, I'm gonna highlight underneath my brow bone right here. I swear this video is like not sponsored by Dose of Colors. I just like a lot of their stuff. And I'm also gonna do my inner corner highlight. That color is so bomb. For lips, I'm going to take MAC's Soar lip pencil, and I'm going to line my lips with that. Oh, such a nice color. I like that color a lot. And then fill them in. Okay, I'm actually gonna take the Too Faced Queen Bee, and I'm gonna place that all over my lip, just like that. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. Since I do love mixing colors, I'm gonna dot a little bit of Pure Hollywood from Anastasia Beverly Hills, kind of just in the middle, because it'll lighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna dot this and then blend it out with my finger. I like the dimension because it starts like really dark, the lip liner, and then it kind of goes, you know, the regular color, and then it gets a little bit lighter in the middle. So I really do like how that looks. And I am gonna top it with the gloss since I am a gloss girl and I love having glossy lips. I just think that they make them look so like juicy. I love a juicy lip. I'm not gonna lie, I've been so obsessed with these Milani. They're called the Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumpers. This is the color Champagne. I have the pink one that is the soft rose, which would look super beautiful, but I don't want it to pull super, super pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Champagne color, which is more like, I feel like a neutral color. So it's definitely more of a peachy champagne, but I feel like it'll balance this color out so well, where it doesn't look as mauve-y as pink. And these lip glosses are like hands down my favorite right now. I love how they come in such a thick tube. I love the thick applicator. I just think they're amazing, and you don't have to keep like redipping, reapplying, redipping, reapplying. Like some of the, even the high-end ones, I feel like out of all lip glosses, that has been my go-to, and I love it. And I use them over a lot of my high-end glosses. So I actually did find another thing that I have from Morphe, and I actually really do love. I love this Morphe Set and Refresh Mist. This is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I don't own anything from Jeffree Star, which is so crazy. I don't, but I saw this and they were just on sale for 2 for $22 at Ulta, and so I got it. I've never used this scent. This is their strawberry one, but I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup, and that's going to be the final step in this process. So I'm curious to see how it's going to smell. Oh, wait. Okay, there it goes. Okay, right off the bat, the mister is different for some reason. The way it squirts out, it's different. It's not as fine, but the smell does smell good. Smells like strawberry. I like the smell, but the mister does seem a little bit different. It's not as like finely like misted where like you can barely feel it. It definitely squirted a little bit more different. Hopefully it lasts the same, and hopefully it's the same formula. All right guys, so that does end this tutorial. This is the final look. I am really, really happy with it. I love these really like pink glossy eyes. This is kind of like, in a way, I feel like my signature look. I love doing stuff like this. I definitely feel the most pretty, the most glammed, and it's right up the alley of like Valentine's Day and the season. I mean, when I think Valentine's Day, you think like pink and red and even white. That's what I think of, and I just think this is like super sultry, super pretty, and I really, really like how it came out. I don't really have plans for Valentine's Day. I'm actually I do have plans. I'm working. I work Valentine's Day, so I have a date with an airplane. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Are you guys going to a nice dinner? I don't know, something fun, something out of the ordinary than a dinner and a movie, but something extremely different? I would love to know in the comments. Please do leave them down below. And I hope you have a great Valentine's Day, a great date night. Even if you don't do Valentine's Day, anytime you go on a date night, this is a great look. I love doing something like this. And it's actually fairly easy. So I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I hope you did too. Please do like it if you did. Give it a thumbs up. And please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I would love to have you here for future videos. And thank you guys again so much for watching. And I will catch you guys in the next video.